Hey everybody, it's Captain Kyle and I'm here with a new Transformers review. Well, kind of, because the character that I'm looking at is actually human. It's Spike from the Studio 84 series. He's wearing an exo-suit, which transforms, so it's kind of a Transformer. But this is, yes, a human character from Transformers the movie, and some people are like, why Spike? Well, other than the fact that he is the character in Transformers the movie who swore for the very first time,
"Look! It isn't even dented! Oh shit, what are we gonna do now?"
I mean, who doesn't like Spike? Friend of Bumblebee, you know, he was trying to hit on the girl who loved Power Glide, you know, but it's a neat little package. You can see it there. It is the new Studio 86 in the Legacy packaging that does not have actual plastic over, so you can reach in and feel the figure, which is kind of weird, and people have broken things apparently in stores or just pushed down Bulkhead's head. So still, I think he's entirely complete, and I am gonna review this guy for you and see if he fits into your collection. Be right back. So again, very nice packaging, very cool looking. Again, no window, all cardboard, so I guess it's all recyclable. I am going to very carefully use my blade here to slice this side. So get rid of the tape that seals him in, and then yank the fucker out. All right, so he's obviously attached to the cardboard in the back with plastic, so they're not entirely being green here. Got one of those useless pieces of paper, and of course, instructions. Now, taking a look, it looks like, interestingly enough, he has some weapons and gadgets, and he can actually fire. Now, in the movie, Daniel used his dad's old exosuit and helped repair the ship a little bit, moved around some shit. He also had a gun. Now, is it legal to give a little boy like that? I don't know how old he was, 8, 10, something like that. I mean, Leia acts pretty mature for her age in Obi-Wan at 10, though she looks about 6. But yeah, was it very wise of the Autobots to give a young boy, a minor, a gun? I guess there's no real chance of him taking that exosuit into school and, you know, going off on people. All right, messy plastic and cardboard, we'll put you over there. This will put away before I cut myself. That would be quite the video. That's all kinds of views. And as you can see in his exosuit mode, his arms are already like way out to the side. Now there's a little packet of tissue paper on the back. Glad I didn't miss that. And when I open it, it is crack cocaine. No, it's the little flame effects. There we go. So we have Spike Witwicky and the Flame Effect. Sounds like a band. So apparently you can turn the arms and move them down. So he actually has like fists. You can also apparently turn around his arms so it has those jet things in the front and attach the little flames. So not sure if this means he's shooting or if he's just pushing himself backwards. And then you can bring them up and he can just pew, 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 pew. So before we transform this guy, let's take off the flame effects, switch his arms back around so his fists are in the front. And let's take a look at the posability. Now, he can just about almost do a full Jean-Claude Van Damme. You can bend him basically around the knee joint, put the toes up. His legs go forward, back, he can kick, he can do a little dancing, he can do the Running Man. Yeah, it's very hard to do the Running Man with a figure like this. You can have him look at monitors and say, shit, what are we gonna do now? And you can actually turn his head, which is neat. It's got a lever in the back, even though the head is in a dome, so he could breathe. I mean, when he was on Cybertron, he could breathe. I guess on the moons, maybe? How does he go in the bathroom with this thing? That's what I'd like to know. But again, a cool little representation. And he does transform. So apparently, for some reason, this thing turns around. I don't know why. It doesn't look like there's any reason for it to do so. You put his arms up and then you turn them around. So he's kind of got front wheels there. You turn his arms around and around, and they kind of form on his back like so. You turn his lower legs, and they pop together. It shows going to a 90-degree angle and bending stuff, but I think it's done. The instructions look way more complex than it is, unless I've mistransformed him, though. Wait, maybe. Anyway, I think that's right. It's really not that recognizable as a real vehicle. You can put the little jet things in the back, and he can go whee. As far as rolling, actually rolls pretty well for something that does not change it to really a car. Now really, until we had the PVC figures and later on the Masterpiece, we didn't really have Spike figures, and he was a major character on the show, even though he was human. So it is kind of neat. It does transform, so it's kind of a transformer, but it's pretty simple. It is a basic, so getting him back into robot mode is pretty quick and easy. Would I recommend him? Sure. If you are a fan of the best Transformers movie ever, the 1986 one, then you should have this guy just to put in your collection. You know, don't drop him in a vat of acid, no matter how tempting it may be. He's a cool little figure. He does transform. It's a weird transformation, but it's still good. And he goes for like, what was it, $11.99, something like that. Whatever the new basic cost is. Man, these things are getting expensive. So while you're deciding whether to get him, you can pick him up. You might find him in Walmart. I actually have not seen him in Walmart. I did find him on Amazon, so I'll put a link to that. I actually also got one through Hasbro Pulse, so I have an extra one sealed in the box that I will give to... I don't have kids. Shit. I'll give to somebody. When I'm really old, or, you know, I really need money, I'll sell it. But there he is, Bumblebees Companion, Bumblebee's best friend on Earth, and actually someone who has saved the Transformers, well, the Autobots, and all the Transformers at various times. Don't forget, during 5 Faces of Darkness, if it wasn't for him being around, every single Transformer, Autobot and Decepticon, would be frozen and probably re-enslaved by the Quintessons, which would be a really bad day. But while you're considering this figure, which I do recommend, you know, there's some other videos over here. You can subscribe down there, do all the things. There's even this thing called Super Thanks. If you'd like to support this channel, that would be awesome. And you know, you can share, comment, all that kind of stuff. We'll see you next time. And as always, have fun and good hunting.